Guys, quick, subscribe to the channel in the next 10 seconds or nothing is actually going to happen. Honestly, like, only 20% of you guys who watch my content are subscribed, so if you really want to support me as a creator, just please consider subscribing if you enjoyed this video. That's actually all I ask for you to do. It's completely free. You can always unsubscribe in the future if you don't enjoy my content anymore. Just please give me a chance. Yo guys, what is going on? It's your boy Fxtch here, back with a brand new YouTube video. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys how you can actually get the same keyboard sound, or to make your keyboard sound as good as both Mongraal's and Mitr0's keyboard. But now this video is going to be more of a practical and hands-on kind of video in a way. Like, I'm actually almost just myth busting in this video, because I actually had someone comment on my video that Mongraal used an external third-party application to make his keyboard sound different on the stream, and I guess client side for his viewers, so what the viewers were hearing was different to what he heard, and it just made it sound more enhanced and better. In my opinion, that is all just a rumor, and there are a few videos circulating around YouTube. I'm going to debunk them all in this video and show you what I believe myself he is actually using. Now, if you guys go ahead to enjoy this video in any way, shape, or form, I happen to help you. The least you can do for me is drop a like. Literally slap that like button.
Oh, you playing Minecraft? I like your cut, G.
And if you want to go the extra mile, you can subscribe to the channel with all post notifications turned on. Therefore, you never miss an upload on the channel just like this. You know, we're grinding daily uploads right now. We are going hard on YouTube. Oh, and I almost forgot again. Huge shout out to Shaw, Radudi, Raiden, Intensity, Simplex, Vibes, and Anthony for all using my creator code within the item shop. If you guys want to shout out just like them, all you have to do is simply put code Fxtch in the item shop. You don't have to buy anything. Send proof within my Discord, and it's that simple. So getting straight into this, what I'm gonna do first is debunk these rumors. So as you can see on screen right now, this is one of the videos I had found. Literally, it's called How to Get Mitr0 Keyboard Sounds for Free. I searched up something along the lines of how to get Mongraal's keyboard sounds, and this one actually came up. Now, not to send any hate over to the creator of this video, I don't want you guys to head over to his channel. I don't want you to like his video, dislike it. I don't even want you guys to even click onto his video and watch it. That'd just be giving him free views for promoting something that is, to be honest, it's not even fake. What he's promoting isn't malicious. It kind of makes sense what he's promoting. I think his title and thumbnail is just very misleading, and it kind of just gives a wrong impression. Like, I think on his behalf, he's got the wrong end of the stick, and in future, there's a few more things he needs to include within his title and his thumbnail, kind of just to ensure that people are not getting misled by the video. But basically, in the video, I'm gonna play like a little snippet of it, because it is copyrighted audio, I'm pretty sure. But this is apparently how your keyboard will sound after you've done whatever is in his video right here. So after he shows you the tutorial, this is how it will sound. I'm not gonna play anymore, but you know, as you guys can hear, it sounds exactly like Mongraal's keyboard sound. Like, literally, Mongraal Mitr0, it's a spitting image, or in this case sound, of their keyboard. Like, it's very much accurate. And now where you guys may actually click on these videos and think your keyboard, like your actual keyboard, will sound like this, it really won't, because all he shows in this video is an application which, number one, looks very, very dodgy. It's called Mecha Keys. It's a very weird URL. To be honest, I think it's a safe website for the most part, but basically all the website is, I'm not really trying to promote it in any way, but all it is, it's a keyboard sound pack. So your keyboard isn't actually going to sound like Mongraal's keyboard. Like, you won't hear it yourself. Your stream isn't going to hear it. This is only actually for editing software. So you download this program right here. I'm pretty sure you have to actually buy the different sounds for your keyboard. So you can literally have Novelty Creams, Cherry Blues, a MacBook keyboard sound pack, Gateron Blacks, Cherry Greens, Kali box switches, and there are a ton more on here. Basically what you're doing is, if I go into sound settings right here, let me bring this over to my main monitor. If I go down to sound control panel, what you're doing is creating another playback device. So when you're downloading these packs right here, so just say I download or set Cherry Blues, what that's going to do is it will create another virtual playback device, and it will add something onto here called Cherry Mix Blues, and basically from this application that will feed audio into this new virtual device, and that will continuously just feed this blue keyboard sound effect, switch sound, whatever it is. It will continuously feed into your desktop audio and will not stop playing. So what you then do is you do what this guy did. So I'm going to mute the audio, but he hopped into creative here, played the sound effect. Like, you can literally, an easy way to do this would be to go on YouTube and search up SteelSeries Omnipoint Switches Sound. And all you gotta do is maybe find a video like this. You can hear this guy testing out the keyboard. You can maybe speed up this audio, alter it to how you want, or just get a better sound test, or maybe go into like a video where someone is actually playing Fortnite or cranking with the keyboard. Or alternatively, you could actually take a sample from Mongraal's stream himself of him cranking in creative and just play that in the background as you're cranking yourself, and it's basically gonna sound like that's your keyboard. So right here, yeah, that isn't even his keyboard. That's just a sound effect playing through his sound control panel right here. And you know, like further in the video, what he does, he actually opens here. This is where you can actually see. So right here, system sounds, an application or playback called Meta Keys is continuously feeding audio onto his Voicemeeter, which collects all his audio. It's like a sound control panel. And of course, he's hopped into Fortnite. He's changed his playback audio to obviously this Mecha Keys sound effect. And yeah, that's kind of just a gist of what this is. It's just a continuous loop of audio, what sounds like Mongraal's keyboard, and just continuously plays as he's building, and it sounds like he has a keyboard, but he doesn't. Obviously, the issue with this is mainly that people are saying that this is what Mongraal uses. Mongraal, I can assure you, doesn't use this, because if he was to use this on stream, surprise, surprise, you wouldn't be able to hear Mongraal, you wouldn't be able to hear him, you'd only hear the keyboard, and even if you could hear him, the keyboard would continuously loop, so even when he died, when he wasn't moving his keyboard, it just wouldn't sync up and match. So when he backed out the lobby, like, what do people seriously think? That he turns this off, and then when he's in-game and cranking, he turns it on? Like, I just don't get that. And now moving on, now I'm gonna do some more myth busting, or I guess I kind of noticed in fact, like, this is basically 99% accurate. What I'm gonna be telling you guys now is how I believe Mongraal actually does achieve, like, the keyboard sound he has, because I personally do have an Omnipoint keyboard. So let me just put on my keyboard cam right here for you guys. I'm gonna have to zoom in on my keyboard cam, but as you can see, this is the Omnipoint keyboard. If you heard different switches when I was typing on YouTube, it's basically, I like to use this keyboard. This is a GK61. Shout out to Banggood, they actually did send me this out. This isn't a sponsored video itself, but I do have a full video dropping on this keyboard itself, where I do actually compare it to the SteelSeries. It may already be out on my channel. If it is, I'll link it down below, and if not, it's probably coming out in the next like 2 days after this upload. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. But yeah, before I go off tracks there, I do have a SteelSeries keyboard myself, the same one as Mongraal with Omnipoint switches. Now I'm gonna go to a notepad right here on my desktop. I actually may as well show you my desktop. What I'm gonna do is type. Now I'm gonna move my mic closer. Now you guys can hear that my keyboard, for the most part, like if this was me to be cranking in Fortnite, like I was like editing like this, that's me cranking, it doesn't sound exactly the same as Mongraal's. Like it really doesn't. It's not exactly there. And I am actually using Voicemeeter, so if I'm to take off Voicemeeter here, there we go. Now guys, my voice probably sounds extremely bad. Like my mic quality sounds really bad now. If you guys want your mic quality to sound as good as it just did, I actually also made a full video talking about how you can enable Voicemeeter and get the same mic settings as me, so you can watch out for that. But now I'm gonna move my mic back down here. Sorry for the squeaky mic arm, but now I'm gonna type. You could in fact just hear that my keyboard sounded a little bit different with Voicemeeter on. So what I'm going to do is play a side-by-side comparison again, so you can see the difference right next to each other, because there was kind of like an interval in between that. So yeah, you can hear that there, you can hear the difference for yourself. In my opinion, subjectively, I do feel like with Voicemeeter on, which I'm now using again, I feel my keyboard does sound more like Mongraal's. Now let me actually show you my Voicemeeter here so you can get an understanding what this is. Voicemeeter is basically a third-party audio application where you can enhance your audio, like your actual microphone quality. So as I mentioned, like I made a full video about it, how you can actually achieve these same microphone settings I'm using right now. And I'm not 100% sure if Mongraal uses Voicemeeter, but in some way, what he's using is similar to this, and it makes his keyboard sound that little more enhanced. And in some way, there's like bass to his keyboard, if that makes sense. Like there could be other factors to this, and later in the video I will talk about like how his keyboard could sound very much different just by physical things, maybe his setup. And yeah, my first theory would be that he uses Voicemeeter, and if not Voicemeeter, a different third-party application to enhance his audio. Now Voicemeeter is probably one of the easiest to set up. Again, I said like 1,000 times, I made a video showing you how to set up. You can watch it after this video, I'll link it down below. But simply what this application is doing is adding a little bit more thickness and like a bass and kind of more of a tone to my voice. Hopefully that does make sense. And of course, as you did hear, it does change the way my keyboard sounds, and if anything, emphasizes the sound of the switches. And now moving on to my second theory as to why Mongraal's keyboard could sound a little bit different to maybe your Omnipoint keyboard or the keyboard you have. Also, just interrupting here, like it could just be that you don't have the same keyboard as Mongraal. I know you can do things like what I mentioned in this video can make your keyboard sound a little bit different, maybe closer to Mongraal's, but for the most part, you will need the same switches or at least similar sounding switches to Omnipoint. So you've heard what it sounds like in this video. You know, I did like the little sound test. But yeah, Mongraal is using this keyboard, so it's kind of why my keyboard sounds like his. And you know, as said, it doesn't have to be this keyboard or these switches. You could maybe use speed silvers. In a way, they do sound somewhat similar. Yellow switches, I know yellow switches do sound somewhat similar again. And just a little plug here, the GK61 keyboard I have right here can fit yellow switches. And again, if you want to watch the video I made about that, coming out in either 2 days or it's already out. Again, it'll be like linked down below. Guys, I'm sorry for keep plugging it. I just make videos on every everything, so it's hard not to cross promote and plug things. But all I'm getting at here, it could literally just be, you know, you haven't got the same keyboard as a Mongraal, or the same switches, or similar sounding switches. And now going on to my second theory, what it would be is how it sounds, I guess, different, is instead of using Voicemeeter, what Mongraal is actually doing is within his recording software or streaming software he's using. So let's say, for example, it might be OBS Studio. In this case, I'm using Streamlabs OBS because this is what I'm recording with. What he does is he goes down to his mixer or his audio within his recording software, and what he does is he presses his setting cog here, he goes to filters, and he simply adds a ton of different filters to kind of just alter the way his keyboard sounds. Now this is a great way you could do it and at least make your keyboard sound different on recording. You could literally go in here, your recording software, and add different filters and see what works. In my opinion, I feel Mongraal is just using gain, and he's just cranked this up quite high, so when he's like hard pressing, he's quite a heavy typer it seems. When he's cranking really fast, there's just a little bit more bass and like oomph to it, if that makes sense. But yeah, that could very well be a possibility. And now what I think is my fourth theory in this video, and actually the final theory I'm going to give you, it could just be some physical things in his life, in his setup, that make his keyboard sound different. I know it sounds weird, but maybe his desk. For example, I think he has a wooden desk, but things like, I have a metal desk myself, like you can kind of hear it and you know, it vibrates through the mic, and that actually does change the way my keyboard sounds on microphone. So for example, if I had a really hollow wooden desk, my keyboard is going to sound different on that desk when I type, because what will happen, the switches will bottom out on the board of the keyboard, and it would kind of just like push against the desk, and that sound will vibrate through and do all different things. Now if I have a really solid wooden desk, it will sound different. Now if I have a really cheap plasticky desk, it's going to sound different. And as I have a metal desk, it kind of has this like vibraty metal sound. Like you can kind of hear that. It doesn't sound like wood. So I do generally just believe Mongraal may have a different desk to you. It doesn't mean you should go out your way and buy the same desk as Mongraal. I can't guarantee that, but it could be the case. Could also be his microphone. So I know he switches between the Blue Yeti Nano, basically the same mic I have. He just has a smaller version. He switches between that and I believe the Mod Mic Pro, which he connects to his microphone and he speaks in game with that. Now he goes in between the two, but I have one of those mics can make his keyboard sound different. And as I know he doesn't actually have a mic stand, I know he used to, but I'm pretty sure when he is using his Blue Yeti Nano, which he uses for the most part, he has it on like a desk stand. I'll try and show a photo, but it's like the stand that comes stock with a microphone. I think he literally just has his microphone propped up on his desk, so when he's typing, this actually now combines his desk as well. Like you're getting the vibration from both his desk and the keyboard hitting that desk, and it just makes this sound technically. Like the same with Mitr0 as well. I don't think he has like an actual studio mic or anything special like that. Like, and also if you do notice, people like Fxtch who have a proper mic, and Mr. Savage. I know Mr. Savage doesn't have the same keyboard as Mongraal, but Benji, let's use Benji for example. He has an Omnipoint keyboard, SteelSeries keyboard, and his keyboard doesn't sound like Mongraal's. It's weird, right? He has a better mic. And it doesn't just have to be the actual like stand microphone that comes with microphone, you know. It could be an actual external arm. So I have a microphone arm myself, and mine is quite an expensive like metal one, so maybe that suppresses the sound of my microphone a bit. If I had a cheap hollow one, it would be a little bit different, and me hitting my desk, the sound of my desk would vibrate that a little bit more because it's cheaper, it's not as sturdy, and it'll make my mic and keyboard sound different. And with that all being said, that is all I have in today's video. There really isn't much more to talk about. Like, I think generally they are the only reasons for Mongraal's mic or keyboard sounding that way. You guys can try them out for yourself, experiment with it. I think the best bet would be the filters in OBS. Like, you can see what works and see what makes your keyboard sound the closest to Mongraal's. Obviously, if you do have a similar sounding keyboard or similar switches, that will in fact help, and you can probably achieve the exact same sound effect. But yeah, if you did enjoy this video, you got to the end, I'm surely doing my job right. Least you can do for me is drop a like, subscribe to the channel with post notifications turned on, therefore you never miss an upload just like this. I forgot to remind you guys at the start, but you know, for 500 supporters on my creator code, I will be doing a little giveaway. Right now I think we're around 220 supporters, so in about 300 more supporters I'll do a giveaway. So use code Fxtch in the item shop. Literally don't have to buy anything, just put the code in the item shop and that counts, and then you could potentially get a giveaway soon. I hope you guys have an amazing day. It's been your boy Fxtch, and yeah, peace.